Hi, so today we are here to understand Agent Development Kit, in short ADK, that has been developed by Google, and it's an open source library that you can use to create your own agents and create an agentic workflows, right? Agentic. So to do that, we are going to take help of something that is called a Codelab. Now, what is a Codelab? Codelab is basically a guide that has been prepared by Google developers or GDs or people who work at Google, so that you can experiment with things, you can explore things, you can create things on your own, right? Now this is a code lab. I'll give you the link of this code lab in description so that you can go through this और अपने इस पे अपने हिसाब से जैसे आपको जब बनाना है you can create it. This code lab is mainly focused on GCP environment, right? तो अगर आपका Google Cloud पे आपको बनाना है, you want to work on Google Cloud, तो you can follow this code lab. But my purpose with this video is to show you how you can do this in your own environment. तो I will be showing you कि how can you use this in your own environment और अपने system पे कैसे चलाओगे, right? I'll create this video in 3 parts. Part 1, I'll show you how to actually get started with the ADK, how to set up it in your environment. And we'll also be doing some inferencing basically to check आपका model, like if you're able to talk to it or not. Next video I'll show you how to integrate tools into it, how agents will actually call other tools, and then there's a third video which I'm planning to create where there's a repository of agents, and we will try to integrate all the agents into the ADK, and then we'll see the workflow, right? So with this, let's just start this particular video, right? So what you need to do is, once you are on this lab, the first step you need to do is just come to step 4. Okay, so first step is come to step 4. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे you have these 3 sections. ठीक, पहला है is to create a directory. तो this is a general rule of thumb कि जब भी आप कोई agentic flow बना रहे हो, agentic application बना रहे हो, do all of that in a separate folder. ठीक है, ताकि your environment variables, your keys, everything are separate. It does not interact with any other things, and you have to create a virtual environment, right? तो आप पहले एक डायरेक्टरी बनाओ, यू कैन नेम इट एनीथिंग, बट टू बी कंसिस्टेंट विद दिस कोड लैब हम उसको यही नाम देंगे. ठीक है, वी विल क्रिएट अ डायरेक्टरी, वी विल गो इनटू दैट डायरेक्टरी एंड देन वी विल क्रिएट अ न्यू एनवायरनमेंट विद पाइथन 3.2. ठीक है, अभी you would be seeing this UV, right? तो UV is nothing but a package manager. जैसे आप पिप करते हो, right? You do pip install and then आपकी applications install हो जाती है, right? And to create a Python environment, either you use virtual environment or use something called like Poetry or Coinda, right? But with UV you don't need to do anything. You just need to run this command. It will create a virtual environment with this Python version, and then this source will activate it. If you want to know how to do it with pip and other things, I have created a video. I'll link it here somewhere so you can check it out and create on your own. Once you have it, you need to do pip install Google ADK. If you have done it using UV, use UV pip this, and I suggest that you use UV because UV is comparatively very fast and it manages both, right? It manages your package installation also, it manages your environment also. So why do you want to do multiple things when you can do it with one, right? Once you do that, now we'll go to next step, but first let's do these things. So for this I'll just have to open my VS Code. I have my VS Code here. Okay, let's just close this environment. I'll just open a new integrated terminal. That's it, and I hope the screen is visible to you, but if this is not, let me just go up slightly, move this side, and I'll just do a plus to make this look big, right? What you need to do here is you just run those commands. So your mkdir is make directory, it is creating that folder for the agent, and then it is changing to that folder. Hit enter. Now you are into that folder. Okay, we are already into one virtual environment. I don't want to be any virtual environment. So if you would not be there, if you are, because I was working on something previously also, so it is there. Otherwise you should not be seeing this. If you are seeing this, just use deactivate and come out of your virtual environment. Okay, I'll clear this. So what we have done is we have created this directory, and now we are into this directory, right? Next step is we have to create a virtual environment. Now to create the virtual environment, the commands are here again. Just copy these commands, and again we will go back to our VS Code. right? So the first command, so these two are separate commands, okay? This is not single command. So first command is uvvnv -python 3.12, which means you are asking uv to create a Python environment of this into like, I'll show you, right? We are in this folder. You will see a Python environment, and then it will be activated as well. So you see your Python environment here this has been created, and now you can see a bracket like this, which means now you are in a Python environment of ADK, right? So this is sorted. Now you used venv to create the Python environment, and then you used source to activate your Python environment. Now you're in your virtual environment. To confirm that whether or not you're in your virtual environment, you will be seeing something like this at the start of your folder, because initially it was not there. Now you're in that virtual environment. Make sure that you do this right. If you are getting stuck, then again I'm highlighting the virtual environment video here, which you can check to navigate into virtual environment, right? Now since you are in virtual environment, next step would be to install the package that is required for your agent to run. That package is Google ADK, right? And this next step is something that I like, because now when you will use uv to run this, you will see that it installs all the dependencies, and then how fast this is compared to any other thing. So you see, right, all of this was installed in less than a second, right? You can see resolved, installed, and that was 368 milliseconds. How fast this was, right? You could arguably say a second, because you know that much things have to be typed on screen, but yeah, that's how fast it was, right? So maybe try to switch to ADK. So we have completed all these steps, right? We have created a directory, we have created the virtual environment, and now we have installed our dependencies as well. Next step is to actually go and create the agent. So to create the agent, we will be using this command. Okay, go up. We'll be using this command ADK and then create, and then you could name it anything, but again we are going to just keep it simple for this lab. ADK is the model name. Create is the command to create, and then you're creating an agent called personal agent, right? And you will see a agent being created here. So let's just go, and then you will have to make some selections here. I'll show you what you need to select, but the first selection here is which model you want to select. So the default goes Gemini 2.5 Flash. You can use it. Just hit 1. You will be using Gemini 2.5 Flash. Other models you can choose to change at a different point, but for simplicity and for better accuracy and faster responses, use 2.5 Flash. This is more than enough. I don't think 3 can be used as of now into this, but I'll check and I'll update it in the description or comment, or maybe in the video later if I check that, okay? Or I'll add that as a bonus video if you want to see that, okay? Now next selection is what you want to use as, right? So we are going to use some kind of LLMs, right? So do you want to use it from Vertex AI, which is the Google platform, or do you want to use from Google AI? Now to use Vertex AI, what you need is to be in Google environment or have Google CLI installed, and then it takes the AI capabilities or the model reference from your cloud environment. For Google AI, you don't need to be dependent on the cloud environment. You just need to get your API key, and I'll show you how to do that. So for here also, just give option 1, enter. Now it is asking you to give an API key. Now if you don't have one, what you need to do is just copy this thing and create an API key. So I'll show you how to do that. Just copy this, come to here, okay, API key. Now you will be seeing this kind of a dashboard. Just come down, you can see this Google API key, click on it, and then you will be okay, we were already in API key. If you get to dashboard, you just need to click get API key, and you will be here. And you can see, right, these are the API keys which I am using. If you don't have anything, just come here, click create, name anything. So name anything, okay. Select your cloud project. You just need to have an active cloud project, right? You don't need to be what do you call it? I don't think you need to pay anything. If you create a new account also, you get some free credits to run these kind of stuff, so that should be okay. And then you just need to hit create key. Once you create key, you will get an API key like this. So you can just copy this from here and don't worry. If I'm going to show you my API key, but don't worry, you'll not be able to use this, because by the time I post this video, 100% I'm going to delete this, right? I don't want anybody to use this, so that मुझे और कितना गरीब बनाओगे आप लोग, है ना? तो I'll just enter this and you will see कि अभी यहाँ पे where is it? अरे create तो होना चाहिए था. Oh, something happened. One second. No, it created. Why it is not showing here? पर ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. Maybe कुछ दिक्कत होगी उधर. But you can see, right, हमारा personal assistant created है. Now if you want to do check कि personal assistant के नीचे क्या क्या files create हुए हैं, तो you can see, right, यहाँ .env init and agent file create हुई है. If you want to check, you can just check, right? Okay, it is not showing Heidel file. तो आप डालो हाइफन, कहाँ गया हाइफन, ठीक है. तो यू कैन सी आपका .env भी क्रिएट हो गया. एक बार दोबारा चेक करते हैं. भाई क्यों नहीं दिखा रहा? डेमो कोड नहीं चाहिए मुझे. समटाइम्स थिंग्स आर टू प्रॉब्लमेटिक टू अंडरस्टैंड, बट ठीक है. अगर हमें यहाँ नहीं दिख रहा है तो वी आर एनीवे वी आर कंसोल पीपल, राइट? वी विल बी एबल टू डू दिस, ठीक है. तो फालतू क्लटर क्लोज करते हैं. नेक्स्ट यहाँ पे जो स्टेप्स थे, टू क्रिएट योर पर्सनल एजेंट, टू चूज़ अ मॉडल. आपने मॉडल चूज़ कर लिया. वी सिलेक्टेड गूगल AI, वी आर नॉट यूजिंग वर्टेक्स AI प्लेटफॉर्म, राइट? अगर आप वर्टेक्स AI चूज़ करते हैं तो आपको ये डिटेल्स एंटर करनी पड़ती है. लेट मी नो इफ़ यू आर यूजिंग वर्टेक्स AI, मे बी आई विल क्रिएट अ सेपरेट वीडियो टू शो हाउ टू डू दिस, ठीक है. नाउ उसके अंदर, हाँ, सिंस इट हैज़ क्रिएटेड 3 फाइल्स, राइट? init.py, .env, and I think first file is agent.py, correct? So this will be the already updated code in that. हम चाहते हैं तो I'll show. Okay, still it is not show. Okay, now it is showing ना. हाँ, अब दिखा रहा है. तो now you can see agent.py. इसको नीचे लेके आते हैं, ठीक है. आपको दिख रहा है agent.py में ये कोड आ गया, ठीक है. मॉडल आपका ये आ गया. अगर आपको चेंज करना है तो लेट्स डू दिस थिंग. एक्चुअली वील जस्ट गो एंड वील जस्ट अपडेट Gemini 3 हियर. Gemini 3 Pro Preview इज द मॉडल नेम, राइट? तो आपको सीधा यही मिल जाएगा, Gemini 3 Pro Preview. कॉपी दिस एंड आई विल कम टू माई VS कोड. हम यही यूज़ करते हैं, ठीक है. इफ इट डजंट वर्क विल गो to 2.5 फ्लैश, बट इट शुड वर्क in theory. तो at least it should work. Okay, this is the file. You have your model name, your name, agent name is root agent. So this root agent is actually very important. This is the agent that is going to call your tools at a later point, right? And whatever agent or tools you will be adding, this is the agent that is going to make the decision of choosing that which tool needs to be called. So make sure that you do not rename this, okay? And if you are renaming this, you have to update this file also here in init.py. Your environment variable has your API key. Again, don't use this API key because ये डिलीट हो जाने वाली है थोड़ी देर में, ठीक है. हम वर्टेक्स AI यूज़ नहीं कर रहे हैं. अगर कर रहे होते तो दिस वुड हैव बीन 1, ठीक. तो दिस इज ऑल सेटअप. दिस इज़ वेरी सिंपल सेटअप, ठीक है. अभी नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज टू जस्ट ट्राई टू इवन रन दिस, ओके. नाउ टू रन दिस आपके पास 2 ऑप्शंस है. पहला आप कंसोल में रन कर लो, दूसरा आप वेब में रन कर लो. तो आई शो यू फर्स्ट इन कंसोल एंड देन आई शो यू इन वेब, ठीक है. एंड आई होप कंसोल में दिस शुड वर्क. तो व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज ADK and make sure that you are in this folder, your ADK AI agents ADK folder. What you need to do is you just need to do ADK run and you just do your personal and then it should start, right? So now running the root agent, type exit to exit. I mean gonna exit. Hi, which model are you? And assuming everything has gone right, it should give you a very proper response that yeah, it's a Gemini model. Hi, I'm Gemini, large language model built by Google. So it's fine. Who is Narendra Modi? Okay, it should answer that, right? Narendra Modi kaun hai? It should be able to tell us. I don't know how much time it will take, but yeah, it is going to take reference. Okay, it is given something to us. Okay, Narendra Modi is the current Prime Minister of India. I think that information is enough. I don't want to read further because हम वीडियो और एक्सटेंड नहीं करेंगे. अभी हम एग्जिट करते हैं यहाँ से, राइट. सो दिस वाज वन वे ऑफ रनिंग ADK. नाउ व्हाट इज द सेकंड वे ऑफ रनिंग? द सेकंड वे ऑफ रनिंग इज यू डू ADK वेब. ठीक है. नाउ यू हैव डन ADK वेब. तो क्या होता है कि इट क्रिएट्स अ लोकल सर्वर इन योर इन्वायरमेंट. अगर यहीं इफ़ यू वुड हैव डन इट ऑन क्लाउड, तो क्लाउड में भी आपका एक क्लाउड के अंदर लोकल इन्वायरमेंट होता है. अब वहाँ क्लिक करोगे तो आपको एक सेपरेट डिप्लॉयबल लिंक मिल जाता है. और नहीं तो आप व्हाट यू कैन डू इज़ यू कैन यूज़ समथिंग, कोई गेटवे टाइप का यूज़ करके यू कैन डिप्लॉय इट देयर एंड देन यूज़ इट देयर टू वर्क ऑन योर स्टफ. तो आई जस्ट कम हियर and I'll put this URL and you can see that you have this up URL this UI up and running, right? आप कुछ भी पूछ के देखो, hi who is Rahul Gandhi, right? Spelling correct था ना? हाँ, correct. Who is Rahul Gandhi? So it is going to take information which it has already and then it is going to tell you that what it is. Mind that it is not doing a Google search right now. Okay, it is just processing the information that it already has. It is not doing a Google search. So if you ask it something that happened yesterday or day before yesterday, it wouldn't know because it probably has a cutoff date of April 25th or September 25th or whatever, right? But it can't tell you the recent updates. I'll show you how to do that when we are working with agents. We are doing the agent orchestration, but this is how you will be using ADK in your environment in console and in web UI as well. If you want to see the reasoning, you see a trace here, right? You just click here and you'll be able to see what happened when happened, right? You can see the response it gives, the thought signature and these kind of stuff if you are interested in these things, right? The rest of stuff is not actually important here because right now we just wanted to see how to get started with this. Events is basically what happens, right? Root agent made a decision or what. This will be more relevant when you see how tools are working. State is basically you're not saving anything, right? There is no artifacts, like you have not created and stored something. There is only one session that you are running. So this is your session ID, and with this session ID everything is getting saved. If later on you are creating a user base something, so this is the session ID that you need to keep track of, to keep track of your chats and then keep storing. And evaluation is something I'm not entirely sure of. I have to check what this is. So this is how you use ADK basically, right? If you go back to our Codelab, this was the last step of that Codelab, right? So now you have successfully gotten started. If you have followed everything as I did, so you have successfully started your journey with starting with Google ADK, right? So you have started to create agents and you have successfully worked with an LLM, and we have used Gemini 3. This is it for this video. In next video I'll show you how you will be adding tools into this. So I'll see you in the next video. Until then, if you like this video, if you want to be a part of the series, if you want to see more, do like, share and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.